Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is still December 2nd, payday. uh, don't worry about it. This is for the HMO Blue Shield of California. You know, it's a long story, but I signed with the HMO for my medical care. And what they do is just take over. Let me just read the letter here. Member number, and I'm not concerned about my privacy. Don't worry about it. I am giving the information. Because they always say, oh, well, prove and prove and prove. Well, we're concerned about, really? Well, I am not concerned about my privacy, fellas. If you are, that's your problem. Member number 9802450069. This dated November 9th, 2015. And I got one other one after that, but they are, very similar. We receive your application to enroll in Blue Shield 65 Plus HMO, which is a Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan. This letter has important information about our plan and your enrollment. Before your enrollment becomes final, we want to remind you how our plan works and how you will get services as our member. Soon, we will mail you a packet of information including your member ID card, and it is very important that you use this ID card to get healthcare services and prescription drugs. Please do not use your red, white, and blue Medicare card as a member of our plan. The reason is so they can charge, the federal government. Up to $250,000 a person a year. But just a piece of information that I have to add. Now, the monthly premium of this plan is zero. In addition, you must continue to pay your Medicare Part B premium, which was supposed to be paid by the state, but somehow the state just decided not to. Okay, and it's not because I don't qualify, but the state again, they charging all this money and they don't want to pay anything because they just want to have the account. They want you have you as an account, so they keep continuing getting the funds, and then con you out of everything. We know the system already. We already, there is nothing there to be proved. Okay, it's all there, and everyone knows it. It's just the how can they lie to you and con to you and intimidate you and commit the crimes and give you no options to expose them. But beside the points, let's proceed. You will also have to pay your share of the cost of some services. For example, you will pay zero copay when you see a primary care physician, and zero copay when you see a specialist. The plan you're enrolling in is a health maintenance organization Health Maintenance Organization. This is a HMO. So they do all the tests and everything. Change in. You're an account now with $250,000, up to $250,000 price tag, and they will do everything and anything to keep you there. And then, as we talked before, Dumoc, Dumoc, Dumoctrovli, I'm sorry, segregate you according to your ethnicity or, well, now it's economic status, whether you are gonna, notice or not, but they send everybody to the dump and, barely pay anything, very little out of this $250,000 and embezzle the rest of the money. And the state loving that because the state is the one that is pushing you to go with cover California or whatever. Other states doing different because they have different plans, but this is what at least I experienced with the state of California. Okay, so the HMOs networks. Now, you see, you could have Medicare and get the Medicaid, which people with disabilities and a certain income, low income recipients qualify for extra, which is the Medicaid, and that's the Americans with Disability Act of 1990. For instance, medical transportation. Medicare allocate the money to the states, and the state takes the money according to how many recipients lives in their, within the state, and and push them to the curb and tell them that you don't have any other choice. Now, access Orange County, access LA County, access San Bernardino, Riverside, Ventura, Santa Barbara, San Diego, Kern County. It doesn't matter what it is. All right? Each county has their access. So if you are displaced, homeless, for instance, like myself, alhamdulillah, I like it. I'm a gypsy. I'm a gypsy from Egypt, you punks. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'll take that back. Now, because it happens that I'm a very attached to Orange County because this is home. It doesn't matter where I go, and I want to see my doctor in Orange County because this is where I am from now. Placentia, your Belinda area, North County, North Orange County. Anyway, Northeast Orange. Let me go back what I was saying. Oh, transportation, access. So let's say that I stay in San Diego County. Well, let's just be reasonable. San Bernardino. So to go to my doctor in Orange County, I have to ride 3 access. So the county can get their money from the federal government, subsidized money. Okay? And it is nearly impossible to prove to every county that you are federally disabled. Social Security determine that you are indeed, which is a federal. It's supposed to be federal. It doesn't matter now. You don't have to prove to the county anything. They give you a letter to sign from your physician, which is supposed to be already. Anyway, so you have to call Access you got to call three different access services. San Bernardino, set an appointment, call them 24 hours ahead of time. So, and then they will come. By the time they drop you off to the other county, which is Riverside, they drop you off in the border. Once you cross the border and you become a legal alien in the county of Riverside, then the Riverside County access will come and pick you up from that point, because it's legal now. You know, you're not Silkawi, you're not illegal. Pay another $3. Now you can take a caregiver with you. Okay, but if you are alone, you know, they send you a big ass, I'm sorry, Ford 24 passenger or something, and you probably most of the time you are alone there. But access, they get him from the federal government, you know, 24 travelers. And everything else, and this bus is running everywhere all the time, and anyway. But now you be picked up from the independent county of Riverside border to dropped off in end of the county line, and then the authority or the county of Orange, they were sent to their access on the borderline. I don't know where is that at. Probably Gibson Canyon or something. I don't know where they're going to drop me off, but we'll find out whether it's a territory. And then they will take you to Orange County. Approximately 2 hours of ride waiting time, and so I have to be taking a math class to figure out when and calculate the time and worry about all of this, plus taking my Skittles and fighting the county of Orange and Riverside and San Bernardino and San Diego and Ventura and Santa Barbara, and just to get by. And I'm one of millions that I could do this. This is how our system works. This is how the counties and the state and the federal government are treating us. Now, when you go there and you do what I'm doing, they tell you, oh, well, we better go back to Mubarak. And that was said to me many times, not only once, by a health professional that works for the counties, the Department of Craziness, the Department of Skittles. That they said, oh, well, we'll give you a shot to drug you, to shut you up, to force you to be drugged. And if you say, well, can I call the medical board? Do they treat you like you commit a crime by telling them that you wanted to exercise that option? And there is no difference. It doesn't matter where you go. Except if you fit a certain profile. And they know that they will have problems with you, treating you that way. This is the only thing that it deters them from not violating rights, but committing crimes. Heinous crimes. Okay? And that's facts. Facts, guys. Facts. And the federal government know every little details about it. Now, let's continue here. You must continue. Pay the premium. Okay. Now, specialist. The plan you are enrolling in is health mental. Okay, we already gone through that. Uh, it has a network of doctors, hospitals, and other providers you must see to get services. You may not go to doctors or providers that are not in the network. In most cases, you will pay for the cost of the service if you see an out of network provider. Please know you can go to any doctor or hospital in an emergency. Well, I did, but they always wanted to, they don't want to say it, but they will refuse to treat you if you have a shared cost that you didn't pay. They will kick you out the door and they will harass you and intimidate you and commit crime and justify every crime. All right? And I am not shy about it. Caduceus Medical Group in Yorba Linda, okay, with all their doctors, even Dr. Ernest Wagner, that he works for them, and it's a new thing that they didn't have before, mental health psychiatrist, that refused because of Caduceus, of course, but because of him, $16 share cost and few pennies, 16.34. And I had to get my medication. I had to see my doctor to get my medication. I can't do without. And I went to there, and he refused. Of course, and the nurse is there. He refused even to talk to me. And when I called them and I said, there is some that I don't know who's there out there. But when I called them and I said that I said I have to see them, and then I called them and I said, well, I'm going to file a complaint with medical board, which I don't know. I'm wasting my time. Doesn't matter where you file, even with the Department of Justice. It doesn't matter. But anyway, then he sent me a letter to suspend my service. No longer I am welcome there as of October 20. And then, let me see who's out there. Somebody on the driveway. I got to stop that now.